Welcome back to another episode of this Build Sell 30 series where I try to build and sell a company in just 30 days. In the previous episode, we identified a rough area of the challenge that we want to tackle, and that is helping the talent team to identify funnel statistics and diversity data using Pinpoint HQ as their recruitment tool. So this is not a problem that I'm intimately familiar with. This was something that I heard from someone else. So the best thing to do at this point is to actually talk to the person with this problem. When I talked to the user, it turned out that this was actually a problem that they were looking to tackle internally in the company already. Not by building a SaaS, of course, but they're working with the data team to try to extract that data from Pinpoint, put it into a data visualization tool like Looker. Prior to doing that, they've also been exporting data from Pinpoint and just putting it into spreadsheets themselves and trying to do the analysis there. So initially, when I heard that they were working on this problem already, I was kind of disheartened and thought, oh no, this is something which they're already going to solve anyway, so they might not need my solution. But then I realized this is actually a really good signal that this is a problem worth tackling. Maybe even if it's not used by this user, but there will be other people in similar roles who have a similar problem. The fact that they have started committing resources to try and tackle this problem is actually a really good indicator that this is a problem worth solving. As the team were already looking to solve this problem, they had actually put together a slide deck of the issues they were facing and the things they were trying to achieve. This made it really easy for me to understand the problems quickly, to identify what they were really looking to achieve here. So I went away and used a framework that I use very often when trying to come up with new products and services, and that is the value proposition canvas. And why I think this is great is because it puts a focus on the customer in terms of what they're trying to achieve and the problems they're facing, rather than some types of personas which focus on the demographics of a user, i.e. how old they are, where they live, their income, some of their background. If you want to learn more about the value proposition canvas, I'll put a link in the description and you can check out a great video by a Strategizer showing you how to use it. Another thing I really like about the value proposition canvas is that it makes it really easy to turn customers' problems into potential opportunities. So let's take a look at the opportunities which came out of this process. They want to know which stage candidates are dropping out and why. And this is so they can make changes to their recruitment process so they can ensure they're not losing candidates unnecessarily. They also want to focus specifically on diverse candidates, so understanding where they're dropping out and why, so they can make sure they're not losing diverse candidates unnecessarily. Tracking time spent at each stage of the recruitment process would help them to understand how efficient they're being and identify where they could make changes to improve the process in the future. Understanding how the source channel affects candidates' conversion rates. And this helps them to understand which channels are most effective when it comes to sourcing and recruiting candidates and where they should focus their efforts on in the future. Being able to filter their data by time frame will allow them to track changes and trends over time. And this will help them to understand if any changes they make are improving the metrics in the direction that they're hoping they will. And being able to track conversion rates from application to hire and offer to acceptance will be useful benchmarks, again to check against changes in the future to see how they're improving over time. So what's next in the process? Now we've got some of the opportunities outlined that we'd like our project to achieve. I need to look at the APIs offered by Pinpoint to see what data we can actually work with. And this will help us to understand what we can actually do in our product. So thanks for coming back for another episode. If you are interested in the Build Sell 30 challenge, then do head over to buildsell30.com. And if you're interested in following along my journey, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting updates every few days for the duration of the project.